Hi, so I'm Christoph Schultz. I am a writer, director, and producer. And in this video, we're going to talk about what it's like to make a short film in 48 hours. So the 48-hour film festival is exactly what it sounds like. You're given variables for your project, and you make the film in 48 hours. So on the opening night, you pull literally from a hat your genre, your line of dialogue, your character that you have to feature and must speak, and your prop. And all of that has to be incorporated in a 4 to 7 minute film. And that's where Have a Seat came from. So these two in the casting room had a lot of chemistry, and I literally wrote this scene with them in mind. That's the nice thing about a festival like this is we knew our cast, so I knew kind of my players and my pieces that I had to plug and play people in, and I knew I wanted Rachel to be the star. We knew that Haley would be a big role, and we also knew that Amanda would do something important as well. So I kind of had my leads and then my supporters. So from previous experience of making shorts, the one thing that I've been frustrated by, or at least one of the major things that I've been frustrated by, has been honing performance and really having the time to talk with my actors and get those emotions correct and the subtleties of performance. And so I decided to have 2 first ADs on this project, and it actually worked out really, really well because the only thing I was really worried about was getting that performance right. We were between takes and Rachel was plucking at her nails and drinking water bottles and just doing very receptionisty things. And I looked over at the DP and I was like, hey, can we roll on this? He was like, yeah, okay. So we rolled without anything. We just rolled sound, rolled camera, and everybody was just quiet. And we let Rachel, and it ended up in the movie. And then we let Carol just kind of stroll in. So this is a genuine take because she was not expecting this. Samantha Schaffner was our production designer. She did a really great job last minute. She actually, fun story, she told me, Sam actually said to me before the weekend to challenge her. She said, challenge me. I was like, all right, you want some challenge, I'll give it to you. So she actually did a really, really good job with all the theater props and making Rachel really become a theater geek. If you look around in the movie, you'll see lots of little pictures. They actually did a photo shoot. I had no idea this even happened. They went out and into the back courtyard area of the doctor's office and did some photo shoots and ran to the 1-hour photo and had them back on set and up on the wall before we were even filming. So shout out to Sam for that. That was pretty cool. Then the playbills and all that came from her stock, and it all kind of came together really quickly. And I just turned around at one point on set and was like, holy shit, the set is all of a sudden it's done. So it's really neat. The final warning scene here with the TV only came about because we had to get that line of dialogue in. And I struggled a touch trying to figure out how to work this line in, because is that all you've got? Didn't really fit with the theme that we had with suspense, because there was no confrontation. There was no, visual villain. So I had to make Ben become the villain. Yes. On the second day, when I sat down with Zev Burrows, our wonderful composer, his first question was, so we have suspense for the genre. How Bernard Herrmann can we go? And I said, Full Throttle Hitchcock, all the way. And he went, great. Love to hear it. And he really did. He set up Rachel's theme and brought everything together. And I'm a huge fan of all the music in this. I actually told him, I said, please flesh these out and get them out into the world, because they're beautiful pieces of music that Zev made in like 2 hours. But I'm really pleased with them. I actually sometimes find myself humming them. I'm like, what song am I humming? And I'm like, oh yeah, it's that little bit from the movie that we made. The scene that we had the most fun with has to be this one here, where we did a lot of tracking, and we actually rewrote a lot of it on set, and we only did about 3 takes, so it was very improv, and it kind of came together really, really well. We had to do a little bit of tweaking in post to make everything fit together, but it worked out. It was a lot of fun to be able to just edit lines of dialogue on the fly, and literally I'm off in a room like shouting.
What you doing?
Scratching an itch.
There's a lot of little things about this film that I really love, the subtleties.
Yeah,
but just the performance aspect of it. For
I
example,
hate it.
when Anna says, played by Amanda, when Amanda
Answer is
says,
yes.
I
Always
hate
go
it.
yes.
It's something I've said a million times in my life.
In which case, at
So it
least-
kind of channeled and got my personality into the film.
God, just hear me out.
Okay.
I got to shout out to Amanda
Someone
too.
left
Most of her
something
lines,
about this
we
last week.
stupid indie filmmaking issue here. The camera was up against a wall, like literally against the wall. And so the fan noise was bouncing back into the sound. And when we got in post, we realized all of her lines were very clouded with the
there's
fan
one
of this red
inside.
camera blowing.
Maybe
And it was hot as hell
Maybe
too.
we gave you
So
a
anyway,
raise
she had to
or just a
redo all of her
bonus.
lines. Literally
Whatever's
every
in that
single line that she had in the film, she had to
envelope,
redo
as a
in
raise.
ADR, except for the one in this room. Any line in this room, she had to do an ADR. And she actually said to me, "It's fun. It's like a video game." And ADR can be like a video game. So she did a really good job matching everything up. And had I not even told you, I don't think anybody would know.
I don't know.
So production design did such a great job accepting the challenge of trying to get actual Hamilton tickets. And they did. They went to the theater. They went to Richard Rogers, and one of our bilingual crew members went in and talked to the cleaning guy apparently and said, "Hey, here's what we're doing. We really need these tickets. We're not trying to see the show. Can you get them for us?" And somehow we found it and made it work. And those are actual legit tickets from the day that we were filming. So June 23rd is right there. And in the Q&A after the film, when it screened, that was the number one question everybody had was, how did you actually get the tickets? Well, production design did a great job. That's how.
This is so cool.
Sometimes, happy little accidents are the best thing in filmmaking, right? They really are one of the best things. And this is one of those. The music cue and the rush to turn the film in on time, we somehow mixed up the cues, and the music came in, the bomb, bomb, bomb came in before she said motherfucker. Well, Zev had intended it to be after, and then it kind of worked out really well. So go with them, embrace those happy accidents. And I guess that's all I can really talk about. Have a seat. You guys, happy filmmaking.